This is our Midlands Railway first class family saloon. It dates back to 1884 and it came back to Foxfield Railway last year for some restoration to running order. So let me show you a bit about what it's all about and some of the history that it encapsulates. So you'll see that it's a 32-foot saloon with a very large section inside, very unusual for the Victorian era. And this was top-notch luxury rail travel for the Victorians. This was one step down from your royal carriages. And these saloons were used by the rich and famous, the aristocracy and your film stars, your stage stars to travel around the country. For instance, to travel from their country seat down to their London house in town. They'd use them for going away for hunt meetings, going away on holidays, touring the country, that sort of thing. And we can't quite imagine the status that this carriage had. A little bit like a luxury limousine with the tinted windows that you pass on the motorway.
It's actually been part of the Foxfield fleet since the 1970s, and it's not long recently returned from Peak Railway, where it was there for 15 years, initially on loan to the LMS Carriage Association, who actually have done a body overhaul. When it returned to the railway last year, it was plonked on a chassis, which is the first time it's sat on a chassis, we reckon, since the 1930s, 1940s. The biggest thing with the coach is when the coach was originally built, it would have been on a wooden chassis with 6 wheels. We don't have one of them, unfortunately, so we've modified a Southern Railway CCT chassis, which has only got 4 wheels under it, but it's the right length and it's suitable enough for the vehicle. It's already vacuum braked, the cylinder's been off and been overhauled, it's had a brand new vac pipe installed full length, and it's been tested and it works really well. It was a home from the 1930s right the way through till the 70s when the Foxfield Railway acquired it. Just a few cracks in the panels, but these will be inspected once we can get it into the workshop and strip the paint off and actually see what's causing the cracking.
So let me show a little bit about some of the features of the Midlands Railway Saloon. It's in beautiful Crimson Lake livery with the Midlands Railway crest here, and it always carried this colour all through its career. And this carriage was all painted by hand and lined out. We've only done a quick job in the restoration here at the moment, so it'll all be redone probably next year. And it's got these big windows on the sides, and then there were curtains and blinds to allow privacy of the occupants when they pulled into a station. But one of the beauties of these saloons for the rich and famous was that you didn't have to get out. You could arrange for the railway company to attach this saloon to any train anywhere that you wanted to go in England, Scotland and Wales, so that as soon as you arrived at one station, they would shunt the whole carriage off the back of one train and put it onto another one. So you never had to get out onto the platform and carry your luggage with you. Your whole carriage travelled from beginning of your journey to the end. So let's have a look inside and see some of the luxury that the Midlands Railway provided for its top-notch passengers. So here we are, it's a single saloon, and originally it would have had bench seats on either side with deep blue upholstered cushions and then a drop leaf table in the middle. We don't have those, unfortunately, so we've set it up at the moment a bit like a director's saloon would have been, with a loose table and chairs, but we expect to be able to restore the original benches eventually. At the far end is a private toilet and washroom, which was only for the use of the passengers in this saloon. And you'll see that the decor was set out to be rather like an English country house to make its patrons feel at home. Lots of carved wood, lots of brass, lots of gold. And there's also quite a lot of the Lincrusta embossed paper. You'll see on the door here through to the washroom, there is the Midlands Railway crest, so that the passengers were under no illusion which company's luxury travel they were enjoying. You'll see that there are the brass ventilators on the side here, all polished. That was to extract smoke from the smokers, and there are also ventilators on the ceiling. And there will be oil lights when we've restored them. So there's still quite a lot of work to do in here to restore the full opulence of the interior. Now at the other end here, we've got it set up at the moment as just our sales point and bookshop to raise funds for the restoration, because we need to raise a significant amount of money, particularly to equip the furnishings in here and to get this running. And you can see some of the replacement woodwork that's being done here, because this section of pelmet for the blinds has had to be restored. So one of our craftsmen is making a new section exactly like the Victorian original. And when it's finished, you won't be able to tell the difference. Now the reason that's had to be done is because this carriage hasn't always been in this condition. It ended up in the 1930s as somebody's home, and right here was the fireplace.
So interestingly, this is actually a door, but the door was sealed up when the coach was purchased from the Midlands Railway as a home, and there was actually a fireplace built into the side of the coach here. So the glass is new, a lot of this panelling is actually brand new. Obviously when we actually manage to get the coach inside to do the bodywork, we'll make this door usable again.
So the object of the exercise here is to replace all the things that have been lost and restore it back to its original condition.
Ventilator covers for the ceiling. Managed to polish these up. These are original. On there, and they work like that. They didn't work like this when we got them. These were rusty, they corroded solid. Just twist it, vent, close. And there's a spring load, so it'll set. Spring inside, so it'll stay where they set. They're good, aren't they? Nice bit of Victoriana.
Where'd you find them?
Right, coach. You seen these? You haven't seen any of these, Jack? All these little beauties.
Oh my goodness,
That's just an escutcheon for the first class door. The door that's missing.
Oh.
We need a door in mahogany. That would be nice. Put that to go on.
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
We're missing 6 of these. You see how this end piece screws off? How they're made? So what I've got...
Craftsman needs to be in the old days.
See how they're made? These Andy Blue is making me some castings. For those, I need 6. I've got to make another 6. And you see this section, well, I can turn that.
Yes.
Alan Jones gave me some sticks and brass. Just about done.
Oh, perfect.
Just only just. I'll be a bit careful, but I've got to make the circular bits out of that bit of brass. See these shutters?
Oh, they're beautiful shutters. Yeah.
These are ventilated shutters at the side.
In
front of those, there are 2 decorative grills in front of them.
Yes, yes.
And they slide just a little bit like that. Those screw into there. And they slide them like that. So
yeah, that's gorgeous.
this is first class stuff, Jeff.
It is first class.
First class. It's 1 stage down from royalty. With 2 of them. See, we had to inset pieces in there. It was broken out, see. That was broken out, so we set a new piece of timber in.
Yes.
And drilled it. And, well, there we go. What we found is there was quite a lot of errors in the original manufacture.
That's wonderful.
Good on.
The pre-grouping companies like the Midlands Railway and the North Staffordshire Railway were very luxurious when it comes to their first class. The upholstery was original buttoned leather. It's actually it's really stunning.
So we need to raise a lot of money, and we need a lot of volunteer input, and particularly we need to raise the funds for the bench seating and all the features that need to be restored before we can fully enjoy this carriage for travel again.
I'm very excited indeed. It will certainly make a very, very nice addition to the operating fleet.
Hopefully next year we'll be able to enjoy the opulence of Victorian first class rail travel once again.